And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Please, God, work.
Oh, come on.
Not my dice.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. You couldn't have done that before we did this?
Mine too. Got him.
I
have
am a
my
dice
dice.
goblin.
But I'm a follower.
Oh my God. The energy here tonight is chaos. I love it.
It's gonna be the most fucked up episode. I can feel it.
I missed you guys.
Yeah.
It's been a week.
Can't see Dave's reaction. I think he likes us.
Yeah,
Biting
it's
his
my
lip because
favorite.
he's finding us so hot.
All right. Hang on one
Okay, I'm muting
second
myself.
here. I'm just gonna... No, it's fine. Everything's fine. Don't you worry about that. Okay.
Removed from call.
Yeah. We're just gonna delete everybody. So, when we last left our heroes, with a new companion waiting at the door, our heroes were introduced to a new friend to join along the way in the strangest of adventures. As Wilhelm was introduced to the group with his companion, Petunia, a beautiful Saint Bernard, we learn that Wilhelm is an associate, if you will, of quite a few of the party members, including Scrump and V. And probably the best companion to join the group in some time, was able to cook for them, something that's been sorely lacking this entire adventure. As the group began to grow attached to one another and learn a little bit more, it was determined that V, Basil, Wilhelm, and Scrump were going to be the team that heads off in an attempt to convince the lady, the matchmaker with the Magenta book, to ally with the rest of the party. There was a lot of shenanigans. There was a lot of cooking. But eventually the group sectioned off, eventually going to buy V some boots. And that's pretty much all I remember because I've gone completely blank after all the disaster that just happened. As the night went on for the evening, the group finally were able to have a long rest before venturing off towards their quest in order to find the lady with the magenta book. And so, our story continues. As you all step through the teleportation circle found at the gazebo within your household, you feel a familiar tug once again as your essence is pulled away from the small pocket dimension and back into Dawnsgate proper. Well, not necessarily Dawnsgate, just outside of Dawnsgate. As you apparate back into the cool night air, you find yourselves just outside of the city walls. Once again, seeing him from up close like this, you admire the craftsmanship and the grand building behind such a defensive wall. Not but 30 to 40 yards away from you, you can see the guard tower and the guard hut that is typically found at the front entrance of the city proper. The sun has all but set, leaving just a small hue of orange that blends over top of the landscape and slowly disappearing. The night is yours. What would you like to do?
Well, should we go over the plan? You two are both muted.
Wait, we have a plan? Scrump says, like looking up absentmindedly from picking his nose.
I thought we had one. I'm
We
having
totally do.
trouble.
Well, we have-
We do. We do.
Okay. Okay.
So the plan, Scrump, is that we are going to be approaching the carriage on the road, disguised as travelers. I wasn't sure if we were disguised as potential clients or simply interrupting. We didn't really lock down something there, but as far as I know, that's currently the plan, is to meet them on the road.
Ah, okay. So we'd be all like, "Oh, we have a flat tire. My wagon broke," and then, haha. Scrump's good at that. He used to help out with goblin raiding with goblin raiding parties. Ah, crap.
Yes, but maybe we'll need to think of something in terms of how to get them to stop and take an interest in us.
I could create an obstruction of some kind to at least get them to stop and maybe take pause, enough for us to be able to approach the wagon. I mean, after all, we're not hostile, we're not armed to the teeth with weapons and gear. They may allow us to approach and just simply have words.
Or instead of an illusionary thing, I could lay out on the pathway and pretend I have broken my ankle and call out for help. Help!
That's perfect. That's the one
my
that we do.
ankle! Yes.
It's perfect. They used to do that to Scrump. They put a wig on me and be like, "You go, make sure you're the damsel." And Scrump would play it up. You were very sexy back then. Anyway, they'd stop all the time. I think you might be able to pull it off, V.
We could take a vote.
Basil, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
If it didn't look like an ambush before, a beautiful woman lying on the road with a twisted ankle. I mean, look, I'm not going to say that I know the ways of the bandits, but whatever it is, you have my support. Whatever this looks like.
Well,
So
I
that's
mean-
a vote for illusion.
That's a
or Basil, you
I-
could do it. You're quite convincing. You're a storyteller, right?
I could, yes. I feel like the more and more I'm speaking, I feel like the more and more I'm being asked to be bait here.
Oh,
Sure,
don't be ridiculous, Basil. That being said, could you show me what it would look like if you were hurt?
Basil will sort of cast an illusion of a twisted ankle, lay down on the ground, like sort of like, prop himself up like really slowly, like just like sort of
like one of your French girls.
this. Yes, just okay, right here, just okay. Oh God! Oh, my leg! Oh God! Oh, am I still gonna be able to be a dancer? Oh God!
See, Basil should do it. They know how to do sexy.
With all due respect, that this was a bit more convincing than your performance.
Yes, I would agree. I was startled. I was actually a little concerned myself. Maybe not about the ankle, but concerned, nevertheless. So it may work.
I am glad that we're walking. Okay.
I am very glad of this too. We've made so much progress.
I'm sorry. So we're walking as we're talking? Is that what's happening right now?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's cool. I found all that gold
Clearly.
back there, too.
We're not going to get through this episode. Let's just be honest.
Now this is how we die.
Yep. Jess is going to come back and be the only character of the cast. Like, who's all these
Let's
people?
watch.
What did you all do?
We fucked up so bad.
Oh, God, please fix it.
Jess is just in a cell going, they'll be here any minute now.
Yeah.
Now, someone help me remember the time here. And are they coming into the city? Right?
I think it was later tonight.
We have a
We
day
had-
to camp out.
I believe they're already on the road and they are en route. They'll be taking the road that we're currently on, but they probably won't be here in the night unless they are traveling by night, which I've heard is quite dangerous.
So, just to correct everyone, tonight is the night that they are going to be arriving. We did have some downtime leading up to tonight, and this evening they were going to be approaching.
Right.
It was a nighttime thing. Wait,
Good old
what
night.
about if we like use your chef skills? Wilhelm, and it's all like free samples. No one can resist free samples. And then we bank 'em.
Barbecue.
Or we could just knock a tree down. I mean, they're pretty clever, but it's a moving convoy on one road. We should be able to handle this with the four of us. Or we could do the diplomat thing. Or I could turn them into horses.
I don't see how that last one goes.
I can turn people into horses. You don't know what power I
I'm
gain.
sure that you can, Scrump. I just don't
He
see
actually
how
can
it
turn
would
people into horses.
benefit.
Basil's sort of traumatized by
Well, I would assume we have a little bit of time to set something up.
As
Whatever that's going to be.
As you all continue onwards, you make it about a quarter of a mile outside of the city gates proper before you come to what looks like a crossroad. Directly to the east side of it, you see a small rocky hill that overlooks the crossroad proper. The crossroad itself seems to be a T-shape, one path coming from the west towards the east. The other seems to be the main road going north to south. That is the road that you've been traveling on up to this point.
I feel like that crossroad was very important.
It definitely was.
So, are you implying that they can come from either way? Or no? They're going to definitely come north-south or south. Whichever way.
Did you ask anything about the direction to which they'd be coming into the city from?
No.
Luckily,
That
it
would
doesn't
be
really matter. We
But what
can
it-
just set up here and
Yeah.
we'll meet them.
All right, we have two options that I see. Option 1, Basil plays a broken ankle. Option 2, we dig a hole and cover it with leaves and hope that their carriage falls into it.
Gonna be a lot of digging.
Well, here's something we need to consider when deciding which direction we go. We have one of two options when it comes to them in general. One, we take the book from them. I doubt they will want to give it.
No.
2, to get them to like us. And maybe we can offer them some kind of sanctuary within our keep.
Yes. I mean, as far as deception goes, we only need deception to slow them down. I feel as though if we attempted to lie to them too much, it may simply hinder their trust in us.
Why don't we just tell them everything? Trying to stop the Nightmare King? Need the book? You could help.
Well, again, in maybe a better way that would be more palatable than to simply dump a lot of very intense things onto someone who, we just meet. I mean, simple is better. I could create the image of a broken down carriage. We could simply be travelers who need a ride into town.
That makes sense. You give us a chance to talk to him. And if it doesn't go well, I could be like, give us the book. Scrump just holds up like a dagger.
Yes. What is our kind of plan B, speak, if things start to go south and
Yeah,
it seems
dagger.
as though... Is it the dagger? Are we going?
I don't think
I'm
we
not a
should-
huge fan of the dagger.
I
Okay.
think if we attack them, even if we do succeed in overcoming them, they would be very unlikely to want to listen or help. And I don't think this person is going to willingly give us the book. So I think it's going to be more of a teamwork kind of thing. Like, will you help us? So I think maybe what Basil is saying is the better course of action, to be honest. And then if it goes south, I I don't know, we could yell honesty at them. No, wait,
Well,
the
in that
world will
case-
end.
Right. That doesn't sound like a person. whatsoever.
Look, worst
I
case
think what we
scenario,
need
if
then-
things go... Oh, well, look, if things go south, I do still have this, and I pull out the guard wand. I can use hold person with this. I can paralyze her. We take the book. We portal back to the sanctuary, and we leave.
I suppose we'll call that fantasy.
I think
I think what we need is credibility. We're going with the honesty route. We need them to know that what we're saying is true. Do you have anything that would show that what you say is true?
Realizing
true?
that Basil no longer has his book, the only thing Basil remembers is we do have the name of the entity within the book, which, unless she's made that public knowledge to a bunch of people, may be a good sign that we know exactly the nature of her power.
I think it would at least give a peak of interest, if nothing else. We could have a welcome sign welcoming the entity itself rather than the... Or both. We could write welcome to, Oddsgate, Espera, and... Sorry, what was the entity's name again?
Athena.
I think I have some glitter. One of these starts kind of like going through his stuff. Well, it's not glitter. It's edible. It's for cakes, but it doubles as glitter.
You don't want to eat the non-edible stuff, trust me.
I trust you, Scrump.
Good.
I don't.
You really... About glitter, you should. Okay, so we're going to fake the cart breakdown, make them our friends, become homies, and then I guess we'll just be honest with them, and then maybe they want to come help us?
That sounds like the plan.
Breakdown part of this cause them to be wary of our presence.
I mean,
But
probably me.
I'm open to suggestion. I'm just trying to be a team player here. After all, I am just the reinforcements, as it were.
Or we could... No, I don't know. I was going to say we could, like Basil said earlier, pretend there's a fallen tree. Basil could do his illusion thing. Or we could actually fall a tree. And then come out and offer to help them. Or come out with our hands up and say, we are friendly. We just want to talk to you.
Personally, I think maybe we should either go with the injury or a broken ride somewhere that we could fake and they can't check out. If we knock down a tree and then they go in and realize that it was cut, they'll know something's up. If they touch an illusion and say it's an illusion, they'll know something's up.
I think injury might be the way to go. Whether it be Basil or V, or I could even...
Okay, break
I'd
my
like
leg.
actually to take a look around and see if there are any berry bushes, like red berry bushes nearby. If I can.
Make a nature check for me.
Nature.
19 plus.
Jesus,
They're
was that
metal.
Bowling ball?
Okay, that'll do it for metal. Yeah.
21.
21.
Nature
All right, fair enough. As you begin to look around, you see a number of small trees that stand around, typical oak trees. But you do notice a few bushes as well. And strangely enough, one very close to the small cliff face of the hill that sits directly beside the path. You do find a bush that has a number of red berries on it.
Okay, so I'm going to gather some red berries and walk back over to the group.
All right. Hear me out. Everyone likes animals.
Take Petunia, and he'll just smear some of the red berries
Oh my
onto
God.
Petunia to like on her leg to make it look like she has a hurt leg.
As you stroke Petunia, she opens her mouth wide as her tongue hangs out, a large smile across her face as she looks up adoring at you.
All right. Petunia, Here's your angle. A hurt dog. Very cute.
Scrump could easily do this. Petunia always gets these rolls.
And what is
All
the
those
feature
improv
called?
lessons for nothing.
So I have speech of beast and leaf, which means that I can communicate to animals. I can't understand them, but they can understand.
Okay, fair enough. As she kind of nods her head towards you, she walks a little bit closer to the crossroad itself as she puts one of her paws up to the back of her head and slumps over to the side, letting out a small sigh.
Macy. What do we think?
Actually, on behalf of Petunia, go ahead and roll a performance check for me.
Sure. Petunia's performance check.
Petunia's
Do you have
performance
stats
check.
for that?
Roll a d20 and add her
I just
charisma
rolled another
modifier.
19. What is her charisma modifier? It's probably 0.
Gotta be hot. No, it's gonna be higher than that. +2.
-2, so 17.
-2?
Yeah, Petunia has a -2 charisma.
What ugly dog is this?
Slobber, man. It's the slobber.
As
To be fair,
it's not fair
to
to
be
the stat
fair-
sheet is all. Dogs should never be a
to
negative.
be fair,
two.
Petunia is just a modified wolf. Okay.
Yeah, okay, so that's what it is, right?
It's
Yeah,
the
that makes
wolves.
sense. Wolves are
One.
very charismatic. Okay.
Yeah. As she falls over to the side, Scrump, you having a bit of a short-term memory. Forget what she was doing laying on the ground as you look over the still body of Petunia, seeing it covered in red. And it doesn't seem to be breathing.
Scrump just then looks through the Petunia and goes, "Ha! Told you I'd win!"
What on earth are you talking about?
Petunia, she said that Scrump would die before her, and now look, Scrump's still alive. Petunia's not. He just kinda does a
First
little-
of all, I find it very hard to believe that something like that.
And she said it with her eyes every time.
What is it? What is it with this party and domestic animals? Like,
Can I just break here for a moment, because this is the first time I've actually looked into Nate's eyes while he is Scrump, and it's
Yeah.
a whole new experience.
Uh,
And I can't keep a straight face.
Here I was worried about
Scrump's
playing a
all here.
goblin. I was like, that won't come off because I don't look like a goblin, so it's not gonna totally a goblin.
Okay.
I like having Bobby here because it's perfect. It's
As
great.
as Petunia continues to lay in the center of the road, what are the rest of you doing?
Should we gather around her in case they aren't animal people? Block the road. Like we're also giving it care. Maybe we're afraid of it because it's such a big bad dog. And we're afraid to try and help it.
They may attack then your dog if we act like it is a threat.
Maybe we should.
But we're
how
more
about
that
this
we're
one?
meek and unwilling to help an animal that's as big as her.
How
If this
about-
person is all about love, but it has more unconditional love than that of a dog.
I'm putting together that Petunia's still alive. Thanks, Petunia. But
You
how about
watched me
what we
rub
do?
You watched me rub berries on.
I forget about things. So, how about me and Wilhelm and Basil? We all sort of hide around the corner, and that way V just looked like her dog got injured, and all like, oh, innocent girl with an injured dog. And then we can run up and be like, couldn't find the guy that injured him, didn't know where he went. Might be an idea.
You think I look innocent?
I mean,
Not when you do that.
look, one of us has to stay on point here, okay? We have to make sure that we are convincing these people that we're trustworthy. I think maybe
No.
jumping out of the bush.
I feel like as we're talking,
Who
they
among
come
you
by
help
5 minutes
is-
ago.
Who among you would you consider to be a good talker? Someone who can really in someone's ear.
I talk
Are
a
you-
lot. I wouldn't say good.
I talk
Many words,
good.
not good.
I talk
How
quite
convincing.
good.
Not well.
Me talk
No.
nice.
Who's only imitating you, Basil.
Well, it sounds like it should be one of the two of you. Maybe Rock.
I was just gonna fuck. I was just gonna say that. God, sorry.
Rock, paper,
Never
shears,
seen-
maybe?
How does that work? Does the loser have to go into trial by combat, or is it just? I've never seen this.
Whoever wins will stay with
well,
two of you.
I
Oh.
mean, it could just be the both of us.
That's true.
Ah,
It's true. That's
I
true.
hadn't considered that.
I don't know why. Just-
We're so
This episode, the gang comes up with a plan.
All right, so the plan
wait,
is
2 people?
we have the plan.
Mhm.
Basil and V here. They have an injured dog, and they don't know what to do. Myself and Scrump will be in the bushes looking for the perpetrator. We will then emerge from the bushes, having said that we could not find who hurt.
Couldn't find it. I don't know
Oh.
who hurt the dog.
Okay.
Okay.
I like this.
It's
I
funny.
I
also
think
agree
it's a
with this
solid plan.
Yeah, I think this is going to work. And we just need a code word in case, because you two won't really be hearing what's happening. So if it goes south before you come back, we need a code word to be like, drop the act.
How
You
about
mean like-
throat punch? Just kidding.
I was,
Just kidding.
look, I was,
Attack
I
now
was
is
going to
code
suggest
word.
something like, "Help! They're attacking us. This isn't working. Quick!"
No, not if they're attacking us. That would be obvious. I mean that if they find out that we put on a little bit of a ruse, it's better for them to approach honestly as opposed to continuing the ruse that they already found out about. Right?
Then we probably shouldn't code word that. Probably should just say,
It sounds
"The
like
jig
the
is
two
up."
of you. Sounds like the two of you have this covered. Come on, Scrub.
Okay.
I
I'll
found a
show you where the
berry
good
bush over
bushes
there.
are. The ones that smell like pee.
Good bushes. What the?
That sounds great.
Please ask more about that. I want to know more.
We will make our way
Qualifies as good
into
bush.
the woods
Okay.
nearby.
There's
We're
no
behind
woods.
some
There's some
nearby
bushes.
foliage.
There's some
We're
foliage.
bushes.
Yes, you can absolutely
I
absolutely
believe
go
that
behind
the
woods.
description was a
Standing
sheer
behind it.
cliff.
Are there bushes anywhere?
I assume there was something in more than one direction. I don't know.
From what you see right now,
There were
there
trees.
is
You said
a
there were trees.
there were a number
Nearby.
of trees in a kind of spotted around the area. There is a few bushes, one where you actually found the berry bushes. That is close to a little bit of a cliffside, cliff face. Not much. It's only about 10 feet tall of this kind of ledge that oversees the crossroad.
In my mind palace, I'm not seeing a whole lot of places to hide.
You could hide atop the hill area. You could hide in the bushes. You could try and hide in one of the trees. That is completely your call.
Well, let's just go to the cliffside and be peering out like we're looking for them out over the cliffside. That'll be fine.
Okay. The two of you begin to make your way up the side of the cliffside or small hill. As you perch yourself over top, you have a perfect overview of the scene directly in front of you.
This is actually a really nice idea because we can call down to you when we see them.
Right.
It's just a perk.
Scrub's faster running downhill, too. You want to see?
Maybe later. Don't need an actual injury on our hands.
As you all take your positions, Wilhelm, you do see off in the distance a little bit of dust being kicked up along the trail. Not long after, you begin to hear the clumping of hooves on the ground off in the distance as V and Basil set up around Petunia. Eventually coming into view, you see a medium-sized carriage one that looks like it would fit somewhere between 4 to 6 people. You can see 4 horses leading the medium-sized carriage in the front, a driver directly exposed to the night air. The look of the carriage itself seems to be very well put together, but eclectic in a certain way. You can see a number of baubles that hang from the otherwise arch rooftop of the carriage proper. It has a number of colorful sides to it. To relay it the best, it would be very much like a typical fortune teller's wagon.
Have incoming.
Is that them?
I believe it is, but either way, should guess check every carriage.
The sound of the hooves grow louder and louder on the gravel. As V
Get
and
ready.
Basil, you begin to take your position, hovering over top of Petunia. You eventually look over to your right and see the carriage now coming towards you relatively quickly. However, as you make eye contact with the driver, immediately he begins to slow down. Whoa! Whoa! Now, slowing down to a canter. Eventually, it stops a few feet in front of the large dog and V and Basil. Excuse me, could you get out of my way?
Is there any way that you could help us?
Help you with what?
Please, our dog was attacked. It was the dead of night. We were on our way to the city, and they're not moving. They're not breathing. Please, if we could get a ride into the city, we could get him help.
I'm just a coach driver. Hold on. As he leans behind, knocking on the carriage proper, pulling open a small latch window. Ma'am, there's some people out here. As he says this, the carriage door swings open, and you see a young, what looks to be either elf or half-elf, now peeking his head outside of the door proper. A bit of a curious smile upon his face. The individual seems very androgynous. Very beautiful skin tones, a lovely snow white kind of look, beautiful blonde short hair, and very pointed features, albeit a gaunt jawline. Ah, interesting. Friends on the road. He dodges back into the cart for a moment. But the door once again opens up. As he steps out. Greetings and salutations all. As he reaches his hand out towards the entrance of the cart, you see a woman now gracefully taking his hand before walking down. Finding the ground proper, you get a first look at this individual. You can see she has very dark black hair with a few red streaks within it. You can see she wears a beautiful, long flowing black and pinkish dress, fur around the shoulders. She too looks to be either elven or half-elven. Ah. I see we have some friends on the road. What seems to be the problem, travelers? As she begins to make her way to the front of the cart, along with her companion walking closely behind her.
Back up on the ridge. After he gets a look at what they look like.
Scrump, just in case these are the kind of people that's aggressive, should take a physical form.
Oh, you're saying that they'd be afraid of goblins?
I'm saying they just in case they.
Ah. All right, fine. But for the record, I don't like it. People should be more accepting of goblins. It's like we did a bunch of horrible crimes in the past or something.
You just.
Oh.
So he's gonna tap into the ring, Dave, and he's gonna don the dwarvish appearance that we saw a few episodes ago when we were going into the jail.
As you reach for your ring, you begin to twist it, activating the magic, before you hear a voice ring out within your mind. Not to worry, little one. I'm quite fond of goblins. As you look back down towards the woman, you see her now staring up towards the both of you.
Oh, no.
It's all right. No one's biting here, unless, of course, it's
Dave,
consensual.
Did I hear this? You said it, I heard it in my mind.
The first bit you heard in your mind. She then called
Okay.
out to the two of you up on the ledge.
Okay. As she's complimenting goblins, Scrump's gonna pop up with a dagger and be like, "They're in my mind." Ow.
Relax. Oh no, they got away. Yeah. And then he'll just like slowly get his way down the ridge, just after realizing he had a performance.
I'm glad we spent so much time on this plan.
Yes.
Yeah, well, you never.
Hey, at least we decided not to attack on sight. That could have been worse.
Hey, we character development, right, everybody?
Yeah. Now let's all get murdered by this one person who has psychic Charles Xavier powers.
Yes.
A very cocky smile across her face. So what do we have here as she approaches V and Basil?
So did V witness her looking and talking to the other two?
Absolutely.
All right.
Was she talking out loud?
The goblin part she didn't say out loud. The rest of her calling your companions down, she did yell out.
All right. Well, my name is V. It's very nice to meet you. I've heard a lot about you.
As you kind of extend your hand forward a little bit, she takes your hand in a very formal manner. A beautiful name for a beautiful face, as she kisses the back of your hand.
Oh, so nice. Basil, I like her.
Basil, a very masculine name to say the least.
Thank you. Apologies for the somewhat deception. It was imperative that we gain your attention. We have a lot to discuss, and unfortunately, it is on matters that are a little bit heavier than I'm sure you would have liked this evening.
Oh, I always find things quite amusing. The heavier, the better.
Well said.
Right.
As he approaches the group, after having made his way down there.
Wilhelm, as you approach and finally standing in front of her, she walks over to you. You tower over this otherwise slim yet fit figure. She drags her finger down your chest. You're a large one, aren't you?
Eat my vegetables.
Well, I do like your mustache. And you, small one, as she bends over towards Scrump, she pulls her hand just along your chin line in a bit of a seductive manner. Aren't you adorable? I haven't been with a goblin for some time.
I eat his vegetables too.
I'm sure you do. Now, why is this beautiful animal in front of you covered in berries?
Well, embarrassingly, this dog is fine. This was sort of our...
Come on, Petunia.
Clap to Petunia.
So she's
immediately
looking at
kind
us
of-
one eye the whole time.
Yeah, she pops up immediately, a big smile across her face once again, tongue hanging out. The lady in pink kneels down and begins to brush her slightly. Aren't you a beautiful animal?
Best friends.
Yes, well, I know a thing or two about having companions, as she looks back to the young elven man behind her. Now, something about being heavy, I believe, was the topic of conversation.
Yes. Well, I'm not entirely sure how to put this delicately, but
It's all right.
we believe you.
I'm okay with not delicate.
Basil starts to sort of go a little bit red as he starts to you find that he's tripping over his words as he's learning to try and
Oh my gosh, Basil. Listen, all right. Here's the thing. Basil has a way with words. I'm just going to be blunt. We need your help. Desperately. This entire city, potentially the world, may need your help. There is a threat. And we know that you have a book, because we used to have one too. And it's come to our attention that it is probably imperative that we either gather the books or gather the people that wields them to try and stop the lady in crimson armor, or the Crimson Herald, if you may have heard of her, before she gets more books and becomes more powerful.
Interesting. End of the world. You need my book. You were once holders of books. Well, all of you holders of books.
No, just...
I have one right. Actually, you can have a copy if you'd like. 100 ways. I reached out to her.
No, not that sort of book.
It's good as
Something a little more similar to mine.
See. He seems very defeated. He puts it back.
Don't worry, big guy. You'll sell it someday.
Yes, not to worry, and I'm sure we could find a few more ways to use butter, as she gives you a wink. As she turns her attention back to V. So you as well were a holder of one of the tomes.
No, it was Basil, although the entity in the book I accidentally became sort of tied to. But Basil is Basil's thing, and we will just look at Basil.
Basil's just chugging on a water skin at this point, just as soon as he flattens it out, he takes it out, and you hear this. Okay, yes, I was the holder of the Black Book. Another member of our group collective, who is not here presently, was the holder of the Scroll of Joy, and we encountered the Crimson Herald, who we believe currently holds the Red Book. In our encounter, we found out that it is their intent to try and basically force their tyranny upon the world and take it over, using the powers of those trapped within the book to its own ends. Unfortunately, due to various circumstances, the Black Book is now no longer in my possession. It is now with the Crimson Herald. If they get the rest of the books, the world in itself will be undone.
Yes. The world is coming to an end. The world is always coming to again. I understand. What is this I see, though, as he points back and forward towards V and Basil?
Oh, no.
Asking the real question.
You had to have seen this coming. Come on.
Honestly, it crossed my mind, and at this point I was like, oh good, we passed it.
Basil turns and looks at V, mouth kind of slowly going back agape. He reaches for his water skin, which is now empty, and he says, I'm not sure what you're I'm just V and I we're tied together in this quest to try and bring this, as is, of course, Scrump and our new friend Wilhelm.
Yes, I'm sure. A strong, independent, forthright woman, combined with a somewhat quiet, timid man, who also holds an enormous amount of power. Interesting. Intriguing. Something I'm much more interested in.
That's a putting things.
Well,
Right.
well, I wouldn't say, it's an enormous amount of power. I mean, it's good, for how strong I am, and I think it does what I need to when I summon my powers, but without
Average-sized powers. Slightly above average size.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, maybe slightly above
at
average.
least.
Yes, I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm definitely not a pushover by any means.
Well, how you control your power.
Right, yeah.
But sometimes, the way my powers work, it's better to not be in control, to kind of let the raw emotions kind of take over and allow you to just really get into the using of your power.
Yes.
Sorry, guys.
That's...
Where's the Wano paddle?
I don't. It's not. It's in a box.
You could have stopped this.
We get some bonks in chat. Could use some bonks all around.
I understand the passion and the drive, but the powers that you hold are no small feat. I'm surprised that Elskar was willing to forfeit over to this lady in red.
Well, we don't know if Elskar's done that yet, only that she has taken claim of the physical book itself. I'm still very much connected to my powers through, and I'm going to sort of channel my powers and have those veins of light sort of start glowing, like across his body as he doesn't cast anything, but just sort of like digs deep to like pull them forth.
Ah, there it is. Interesting. So, from what I'm hearing so far, is there's a battle of will and strength to a certain extent between your group and this lady in red. She holds books, you hold, or at least used to hold, one of the books. So what would you ask of me then?
Would you go, please?
No, by all means. No, please, after you.
I'll go.
Oh, come on.
Wilhelm's going to make a point, by the way, to kind of watch Aiden as she's interacting with everyone, kind of get a beat on him.
Okay. He just seems to be standing by, a cautious smile on his face, very subservient.
He would have liked those boots.
She would have.
It bells on it.
So again, I ask the question.
Yes, I forgot already, sorry.
What would you have of me?
Oh. Well, I suppose for now, we are looking at either borrowing your book or your services in regards to the book.
And what is it that I get in return?
Well, I mean, we would be able to help protect you should the Crimson Herald set their sights on you.
Of course. Go on. You could protect me, I'm sure.
Well, I'm sure you're quite formidable on your own, but as someone who has seen what she's capable of up close and personal, it's not just her that you need worry. She has many resources, an army at her beck and call. There, I'm sure, are those around you who you share a deep love and connection to. It wouldn't just be you that would be endangered. It would be, well, everyone.
Yes, even your, I assume, lover, right over here.
Points over at Aiden.
She looks back towards him. One of them. How
Look,
are you
we
sure
don't.
that she's not in the right?
Well, I suppose going back and rewriting things to when there was turmoil amongst the gods is not a good thing, I would assume.
Turmoil shows a certain amount of passion. It shows people's true desire, what their survival instincts push them towards. Is that not something that you all seek in some way, shape, or form? Or are you more stiff, more interested in bureaucracy and following of the ways?
Maybe
I
like a
am-
happy medium.
Yes, I am the last person to get on board with authority, but I have been around this woman, and I watched her, or her assistant, or whatever you want to call it, cleave the head off of somebody that was working for her.
That
But-
is a bit of a different story.
Yes, she is not. She does not seem to have a good heart.
How so?
Well, there's that. She killed one of her own people. And
Oh,
she
good
is
help is
wreak-
hard to find.
She is wreaking havoc with all her machines. There's a whole group of a whole community of creatures, of beings that her studies are leaking ooze all over and destroying their communities. At what cost?
So,
And she causes destruction everywhere she goes.
that is a bit much. So
What
what
is-
do you offer instead? What is your way of life that would be befitting?
The freedom to choose. The freedom to not have to bend knee and follow the rules of anyone with that kind of power. While, of course, I'm sure you understand this better than any, the powers granted by these books are many and deep. It is for no one individual with these powers to dictate how the lives of so many people should be lived. It is a color, or is an array. All are needed for life, for love, for fear, for joy. All of these things make us who we are. And if one takes over, then what are we? But hollow parts and empty shells of our former glory.
Interesting. So you fight against oppression, yet follow the ways of fear. That is intriguing to me.
Well, you're not wrong. The weird thing is fear has been around me all my life. I've feared people. I've feared what people think of me and how I appear to others. I fear for those who I love and who I care for. I fear for the state of this world when you live in a city that ostracizes and condemns the use of inherently born powers and abilities and treats them no better than criminals. But it's in fear that courage blooms. Fear is not just something to keep you down and terrify you. It is a means to find your way of surviving. And that's what I've done my whole life. It's something that a dear friend of mine once told me, that there is such a shame in this world that there is always going to be bad things that happen. But by being together, by sharing that fear, we are able to lift each other up and do the great things that I know we're capable of together.
Yeah.
Roll a persuasion check for me.
Very well.
1.
I'm not that bad. I just roll like garbage.
IRL persuasion, great. I feel
22.
Hey!
22.
Hey.
You can see her thinking it over for a moment, not really giving any indication or tells from the look on her face. As she begins to open her mouth to speak, you hear a strange noise coming from behind you, roughly 20 feet. As you turn to look around, you see a small spark of light beginning to circle in the air. It continues to circle around, growing larger and larger, spinning faster and faster, until an entire circle is revolving around. The red
They
light,
fixed the machine.
the red light, now dissipating into that of a gold or a beautiful red circle. The next thing you hear is the clanging of armor, heavy set armor. As you see an individual now emerging from the circle proper. A very bulky brute wearing black armor.
Fuck off.
She looks to all of you. Very persuasive indeed. But it seems my escort has arrived. As she begins to walk over towards the large brute, followed by her companion. As she strokes her finger down the armor of the individual, she turns back, and without saying anything, but projecting some words into Basil's mind. If you want my help, show me your strength. She looks towards the man in the large armor. We seem to have some tag-alongs. We probably shouldn't let them leave alive. As the three of them turn towards you, and I'm going to need you all to roll initiative for me.
Oh my god! What?
Well, shit.
Dang. That was so good. I love that. Oh, I'm so here for this.
I'm gonna roll my plastic die since I'm feeling self-conscious about my metal ones.
We just caught us off guard.
Hey, I've rolled 3 19s today, and that's all I've rolled. It's 3
Five
19s in a
now.
row. Well, the first 2 was with the metal die.
I got a 9.
All right. 6.
Okay, I need to get you guys over to here. We'll get rid of that.
Sorry, we've long rested since the dagger fight, right?
You have, yep.
Okay.
Okay,
Sorry,
I think...
was that 1 damage too much for you?
I'm just listen. Sometimes 1 point can be a discrepancy, and if V's gonna go down, I don't want people coming on our YouTube and being like,
Is that what they're gonna do?
yeah. I remember this and this and that. Listen, we're playing by the rules, people.
Okay, V.
That would be a 10.
10,
She's just
okay.
sitting there with her mouth open.
Scrump.
9.
And Wilhelm.
22.
22. Very
Hey.
impressive. Okay. Wilhelm, you are the first individual to act in regards to this combat encounter. You can see the individuals. Hold on. I need to move you guys over to that page, don't I? There you go. And Petunia would probably be right there. As you can see, the individual is now staring you guys down, challenging you to a battle. What would you like to do?
I assume they're meant to fight this one then, yes?
And he's gonna pull out a crossbow, but it's like a huge crossbow, just like almost a ballista.
Okay.
Basil takes off his glasses and says, "We have to take this one down. We have to take him out hard."
Oh boy.
Well, I gotta have half a pack of Rolaids in my pocket now. Wilhelm, what would you like to do?
Inappropriate episode.
Petunia, take him.
And we'll send Petunia. I have
You have control of Petunia.
this side of.
Okay.
I'll use my movement to get caught here. So just I'm gonna run under the tree over to this side, and he's gonna fire a shot, but the shot has something attached to it.
How do you like my jalapeno poppers?
Fire, and you'll see like sort of these like fiery like little pops happen like at the point of contact. First I need to roll to attack.
Picture it's like a bunch of firecrackers go off and it smells like
Sort of,
jalapeno.
it kind of looks like firecrackers, but like with the shapes of jalapenos. Like, just like-
Okay.
That is a 24 to hit.
Sorry, who are you aiming at?
The guy in the black armor.
Guy in the black armor. And you said 24 to hit?
24 to hit.
24 hits. Go ahead and roll some damage for me.
12 points of damage. And I'm going to use one of my a new type of character, getting used to it.
Yep.
Superiority die. Do another 4d8, and he's going to do a distracting strike. So the next attack on him has it.
Has advantage? Okay. As you set up behind the tree, kneeling down, getting your bearings and being able to ground yourself proper, anchoring yourself to the ground, pulling out this large ballista-like crossbow, you aim and steady true, letting loose, and this medieval railgun of a projectile flies out towards your enemy as it pierces directly through the armor. You hear it rip and clank and scrape as it penetrates through the armor directly. The individual in black armor staggers a little bit as you can see him being pushed back slightly from the force of the air being driven through his shoulder. Okay. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
Yeah, and then just as a bonus action, you see we'll turn invisible.
Okay.
Using hidden step.
Okay, fair enough. Vespra turns back towards the armored individual, giving a little bit of a look of disappointment, to say the least. As she turns back, she locks eyes directly with Basil. And as she does, you watch as a bit of a gloss of of pink covering over top of her eyes. I need you to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me.
All right.
You're fighting her too?
Ooh, that is a 12.
12. As you stare into her eyes, the red gloss seems to almost waver a little bit, almost like a pebble falling into a pond. The hypnotic motion of the gloss catches you off guard as you hear her voice, this time almost reverberating through your mind. I hope you can fight this. But just stand by for a moment. You, my friend, have been charmed.
Uh-oh.
That sounds so nice.
Okay, and that is going to end her turn. V, you're up. What would you like to do?
V will, first, she is going to draw her new fancy dagger. Shwing! And as she does that, she's going to say, I can do that too. And her eyes will gloss over black. And she is going to dart in with her new fancy dagger. I would like to say she does a fancy aerial, like a no-handed cartwheel, and comes in. Hold on. Oh, oops, sorry, my Roll20's being crazy right now. It's glitching out. Let's say over here, and goes to do an aerial and tries to attack this brute and stab her rapier strategically in like where there might be a break in the armor. That makes sense.
Okay. I agree with Rob. Cartwheels in this economy? You're crazy. Go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
Oh no. This is 7 plus 6. Yeah, sorry, I wasn't sure. Which is 13.
There you go. Okay, fair enough. As you flourish over to the individual, trying to throw them off balance by your movement, confusing them a little bit about where you plan to strike next. You let loose your rapier as it slashes across the armor. You feel it hit, and sparks fly off from your sword directly. However, it doesn't seem to do anything against the very heavy armor coating that the individual wears. He just simply looks at you. You see the blackness of his eyes now staring forward towards you. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Right?
No, I didn't actually.
Okay, go ahead and roll for it with advantage.
Sorry. I didn't want to interrupt.
I actually rolled a 19. So that's 25.
Okay.
Hey.
As you feel the blade, as you feel the blade crush up against the armor, you simultaneously feel the depth and strength of the armor based on the reverberation through the handle of the sword. As you continue in one motion to spin around, you cut harder at a specific area, targeting it at in between two of the plates. As you seem to cut through, go ahead and roll some damage for me.
Dave, I can't find the note you sent me about what the damage on it is.
+2.
Okay.
That's the spice.
So that's 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage, okay.
And very inappropriately, V will cast Bardic Inspiration.
Luckily, I'm safe because I'm invisible.
No one
You
can't
can't give me Bardic Inspiration.
Do I need to see somebody? Hold
Yell
on
at
a
the
second.
invisibility
You
void.
do, right?
Do I? Hold on. Now this is important.
Specifically why I went invisible.
No, that you can hear.
Void, yeah.
That you can hear. That's all it says. That you can hear.
Plug your ear.
Shit.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, this goes.
We will look at Wilhelm. Welcome back, Bobby. And she'll sort of glance in the general direction that she assumes him to be, and she'll say, "Is that a mirror in your pocket? Because I could see myself in your pants."
Wilhelm, if you want to move over to the other team, I'll allow
Yeah, I
it.
do that.
If you guys want to move over to the other team against V,
All of
I'm
us
okay with that.
okay.
I'm fine with that right now.
He's now the
Considering.
bad guy. Yeah.
He's now the bad guy. That's a D8 if you'd like to accept the inspiration.
I suppose.
Feel so inspired.
Oh man. No one's-
Yeah.
Hang on. Hang on. Is this still set up? Hold on.
Oh no, someone summoned a
Rachel,
minion.
no.
Someone summoned a minion.
Oh no.
Where the hell did I put
Fight
that?
already. We're fine. We're fine.
You're
Minion
gonna hurt
at
the
our
dog.
side, right? Yeah,
So
you're
you
gonna
guys
hurt-
know. You
Yeah.
summon the minion. You're hurting the dog. At the end of
That's
the day.
true. That's true. You dog
Monsters.
murderers, you monsters.
Monsters. Absolute monsters.
Feel ashamed. We gotta tell LV.
Look at Petunia's little head right there, and you tell her that.
Yeah,
Killed
think
her.
what LD would say.
There it is. That's the one I'm looking for. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, we do have a mechanic in game where chat can go ahead and summon a minion. We are going to pop that up on the screen right now. Click here to see overlay your this one. Do I do this? Oh no, not that one. Shit, I don't remember how to use this. It's been so long. That. Oh, start poll. There we go. Does it show up on screen?
I'm not seeing it.
Damn it. Hold on. There it is. Okay. So, as you can see directly below me, there is some actions that you can take. If you go ahead and press 1 in chat right now, you can go ahead and take an action to attack with the minion. 2, you can help giving the enemy advantage on the next roll. 3 is heal. You can heal for 1 HP of dice. So depending on what their hit dice is, you can go ahead and heal some of the enemies. Go ahead and cast your votes. It will happen at the end of the round, and we'll go ahead and reset that at the beginning of each of the rounds. Okay, V, is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Nope, that concludes her turn.
Okay, fair enough. In that case, it is Aiden's turn. As he looks towards you, seeing you get closer and closer to his mistress, he is going to. He is going to pat the ass of the large knight and say, "Go get him, big boy." As he says this, you see a little bit of a magical golden glow come from his hand, and it shoots off like small, tiny sparkles as he pats the buttocks of the very large knight. That is going to end his turn, I believe. Yep. Scrump, you're up. What would you like to do?
Cool. Scrump's gonna be like, he was already digging into his pack, and he was like, you see him like quickly mixing things as he's going, and he's talking to who he thinks Wilhelm is still there. And he comes, so when it cuts to him, it's like,
And that's why when you combine these properties with a little bit of this and you put it into this cool super soaker, it does this.
and he turns right, he's not here. Anyway, I'm gonna fire essentially a rigged up super soaker that he has full of a chemical. I'm gonna aim it at the Black Knight. I'm gonna cast heat metal.
Okay,
on
fair
his
enough.
Armor.
Okay. Well, go ahead first and make an a ranged attack for me.
Perfect. Where's my dice? Sorry, it's black and my desk is black and there's no lights here. Okay, here we go. Alright, we rolled a 9 plus a 5, so 14.
14? Is that
Yeah, I rolled a 9, I have a spell attack with plus 5.
okay?
That's what we're looking at, right?
Yep. The arrow shoots forward towards your enemy. However, he sees it out of the corner of his eye as he's able to dodge out of the way. It passes directly by him.
Damn. I knew I should have the range on this thing. He just starts pumping it again to try to get the pressure back up on the super soaker.
In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and he's gonna be like, absently minded reach around for his pack, and he's going to pull out one of the chat-created potions.
Ooh, a chat potion.
Whoa,
Okay.
hell yeah.
Here we go,
Potion.
chat potions.
Chat
And
potions.
Scrum, I think to change it up, now chat. This could go horrible.
It'd be great. Hell yeah.
I'm very close to
Hell
all
yeah.
the people, so just wanna point
Drink
that out.
it.
Okay, perfect. All right, thanks, chat. So we're rolling it, Dave. Scrump's gonna pop out as a.
Okay, hang on. Let me find the. Shit, where is it?
Can I dive under the freaking carriage?
Nope.
Like, damn it. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but this will mess
I
up.
don't know
Basil
either,
somehow.
Dag, and it's very dangerous for me to be drinking it. This table is very much weighted towards.
Yeah, but I feel like I've
Growing.
suffered 100% of these. Like every time you've done
Not
this,
wrong.
even when I've not been on stream, I've suffered this.
Okay.
B-Town redeemed Inspire the Universe.
Oh, well, thank you very much, B-Town. Appreciate that. Okay, I'll put that in my back pocket for the time being. Okay, go ahead and roll a D100 for me, Scrump.
All right, let's do this.
Scrump it up!
Scrump it up. This is where he dies, dude. This is the
No!
last thing we'll do.
Oh no.
81.
81.
Oh. Suspense.
I think it's a good one.
I fucking
Jam.
I think it's either a really good bad one or a really good one. I
know,
can't
it's
remember
right.
which.
It's legitimately the most
Okay,
stressful
what
thing I've done
exactly
today,
are
is
you
this
doing
moment.
with it?
So he just kind of like, as he's like pumping the super soaker very nonchalantly, he's like, I forgot I had this. And he's just going to like, as he's still got the super soaker like wedged on his chest and he's like pumping it with the one arm, he's like drinking it like a bottle of Gatorade, baby, feeling up on a
So
summer
Scrump's
day.
drinking it?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. As you consume it, you feel yourself getting a little bit more
Horse-like?
inspired with your culinary skills. You
Oh?
feel yourself become slightly American Italian at that sense. You have just
Guy
chugged
Fieri
the potion of Legacy. Emerald Legacy, to be exact.
Okay,
if you yell
okay.
BAM before you take your hit, you can go ahead and add a plus D6 to any damage that you do.
Damn. Okay. So yeah, as he's finishing drinking, he's gonna be like, bam. Just throw the potion bottle aside. That'll be his turn.
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah,
All
cook
right.
off. Let him cook.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
Yeah.
Okay. That means it's the individual in armor's turn at this point. He is going to go ahead and
Not
look.
to jump in, Dave. I do have to step away for about 2 minutes and medicate a cat. So I'll be
Okay,
right back.
fair
if
enough.
you aim at Scrump, just figure it out. I'm sorry.
I'll figure it out. No worries. Okay. Yeah. Let him cook. Let him cook. Okay.
Let him cook.
He is going to take out, reaching from behind, pulling out a very, very large warhammer. He is going to look towards V, who's just thrusted her blade upon him, and is going to take 2 attacks against you.
2? I'm a bard. I can't withstand that. No.
The very large warhammer moves ever so slowly in comparison to your dexterity as he swings it harsh towards you. You're able to dodge out of the way of the first. However, picking up speed, he swings it around, now pulling it back, slamming it down over top of you. And you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as you feel it crack down directly on your shoulder. You hear a bit of a crack in your shoulder just as it connects with the with your shoulder directly.
Fuck.
As the hammer cracks with V's shoulder, there's this kind of almost like a circuit of light that flies from Basil and travels along the floor. It rises up V's body and along the pole of the actual mall itself.
Unfortunately, Basil's still charmed and cannot move or take any action.
Charm specifically says I can't take actions or hostility against the person who used it. Does that include the armored dude?
Charm target obeys the fiend's verbal or telepathic commands. If the target suffers any
Oh, sorry,
harm
I
or
thought you
receives
said
any suicidal command, it can repeat the saving throw But otherwise, not much it can do.
Ah, sorry. I thought you said the charmed condition. My apologies.
No. This is the you are charmed. But that brings us back to Basil's turn.
All right. So what were the parameters again? I had to.
Just have to do what she says, basically.
So she says I have to sit out for the time being. Okay. I will do so, but I will be very angry about it. Well, not yeah. Well, no, I will be angry about it. So I'm going to on my turn. Oh, sorry. Is it? It is my turn.
I don't like how this is written. So I'm going to say you can complete another saving throw at the end of your turn.
Okay. Would I be able to buff myself?
On stream?
Hey.
Yeah, just buff one out.
Well, first, you can potentially do that on your next turn. At the end of your turn, you can make another wisdom saving throw.
Okay, cool. Let's see how I do. That is a 12 again.
12. Unfortunately, you were still charmed by the individual.
All right.
Which is going to take us to the end of our turn. It looks like, what did chat say? What does chat want the minion to do? The chat wants the minion to help, giving the enemy advantage on the next roll. From the...
Thanks, chat.
From the seated driver's seat of the caravan, you hear the driver yell out with a bit of a shaken voice at this point in time, clearly a little bit afraid of the entire situation. He yells out, "Go get him, mistress!" Giving the mistress advantage on their next turn. Okay, we are going to go ahead and start that poll up once again. Here, we'll do this, and we'll do this. All right, chat, you're up again. Go ahead and use your voting skills. Okay, that's going to take us back to the top of the round with Wilhelm. Wilhelm, what would you like to do, my friend?
He's distracted, Petunia. Get him.
You'll see Petunia jump onto his back and bite at the back of his neck.
Okay.
Below where the helmet is.
Go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
7 plus my proficiency, so 10 to... Petunia. Still covered with berry juice. That was a nat 1, so 11 to hit for Petunia.
Okay.
For Petunia, rolled a nat 1.
Okay. She attempts to bite at the back of his neck. However, as she does, her jaw gets lodged in between two of the plates. She begins to howl and yelp in pain as she seems to have her jaw now stuck in between two plates.
I forgot something super important. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Petunia has pack tactics, and V is within range.
She is. You do get
That to
advantage.
give Petunia advantage. So.
Okay.
Oh, and Dave, I would like to,
Okay.
while this roll's going on, reneging on my current spell. It didn't have a spell attack. It's just it guarantees to happen. So heat metal is applied to the knight. We can resolve that in a little while.
So it's going to be dependent on how you describe things, and because you describe that as a ranged attack, that's why I made that call. So just for clarification, just let me know beforehand that it's an automatic thing as opposed to anything else.
Cool.
For future reference.
Sorry, Bobby. Go ahead.
Yeah, no worries.
So it's actually 23 to hit.
Hey.
23, okay. 23 does
There we
hit.
go.
Wiggling, she lets out a few yelps before wiggling her long snout out from underneath and attempting once again trying to make you proud. She clamps down at the back of the neck. Go ahead and roll some damage for me.
Oh. 5, so that's 9 points of damage, and I need a strength saving throw.
Okay. 9 points of damage.
I feel like it's gonna pass that one. He looks strong as fuck.
That is going to be a 21.
Oh yeah, he's fine.
Okay, fair enough.
He takes the damage, but that's it.
As you all watch as Petunia, in all of her bravery, clamps down at the back of the neck of this black armored knight. You watch as he shakes her a little bit. She holds on strong. However, he continues to wave back and forth. Finally, she falls off to the side. You see spurts of red blood now shooting out from behind his neck plate. He is looking bloodied at this point in time.
Hey.
Is there anything else you want to do on your turn, Wilhelm?
It depends. So because I didn't use my action to attack, no, never mind. Yeah, I know that. No, I think I'm good.
Okay, fair enough. It is now the mistress's turn.
He's also not invisible anymore, by the way. FYI.
Okay, fair enough. She turns back to the Black Knight, looking at V. I'm sure you've got this. As she begins to walk away, V, you do get an opportunity attack.
Love to take that. V will, in her opportunity attack, she will take her rapier and just swipe at her Achilles tendon.
Okay.
Why are we attacking her? I'm so confused.
I have no idea. I don't know what's going on.
Are we proving ourselves against her as well, I guess?
I don't know. She's attacking us.
I don't think she'll mind.
Well, that's 12.
Kind of into it.
It's a 12.
12.
Probably.
As you wave your sword directly towards the ground, she simply lifts up one of her legs as it scrapes along the ground. I thought you were smarter than that. As she continues to walk over to Basil, gingerly, not any concern on her face, now looking towards Basil. You are a special one. As she leans forwards and plants one directly on Basil's lips. I need you to go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw, Basil.
Come on, Basil.
Shit,
Come
she's pulling a poison ivy.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm really sorry. I know I've always held roleplay to the close to my chest, so I'm gonna say that Basil will just be so shocked, so stunned, he will automatically fail this.
Okay, fair enough. As she presses her lips strongly against yours, she pulls you in close. You can smell the beautiful fragrance of jasmine that seems to radiate off from her. And you feel a darkness in the back of your mind, a coldness, as you take 32 points of psychic damage.
Whoa.
Yo!
Regretting that roleplay initiative now, huh?
Well, you know what? I'm still alive.
Holy fuck!
You are no longer charmed
Good
at this
thing-
point because you did take damage on that last one. However, she looks towards you and says, "This has been fun. We should do it again sometime." As she once again turns and begins to move back, you do get an opportunity attack as she moves back.
Well, I'm gonna do a couple of different opportunity attacks.
Ow! Were there a couple?
Well, hold up here. So as she goes to move back, other Basil is going to keep his hand wrapped around her back and continue to plant a kiss on her. As he does so, you watch as his back begins to erupt in these flames that are bright red. You can see that his eyes start to take on that more wolfen hue as the charm spell falls from him. I'm going to use my reaction and use plot twist and just engulf her in flames with this kiss that just erupts from his body.
Okay. As you all watch as the flames now completely cascade over top of her, you suddenly watch as she too begins to change, her skin developing a reddish hue as large leathery wings begin to appear from her back. a long tail coming out from behind her as she grows small horns over top. And she is going to reuse her reaction to enter into the ethereal plane,
No.
negating any of the fire damage. You suddenly feel her grasp moving away from you. Still being able to see the ethereal image of her directly in front of you, she smiles as she continues to walk back towards the Black Knight. Basil, you and you alone can see at this point that this woman is not the human that she thinks she is, that everyone poses she is, while the rest of you still sees her in her woman form before she disappeared in front. Basil, you would now recognize this as a succubus.
Damn it, Dave!
A damn succubus.
Okay.
Damn succubus.
I fell for her charms too. Oh no! Oh my god! I screwed up my whole computer. Okay. Am I still here? Am I still here?
You're good.
All right, V, you're up. What would you like to do?
Oh no! Panic. Okay. Sorry. I just lost everything. Okay. So V. So to be clear, it doesn't look like she's trying to leave, though, right? She's just like coming back.
You do not see her at this point. Only Basil watched her vanish. She only allowed him to see her in her ethereal true form for a few moments before she disappeared into the ethereal plane.
Oh,
She's made her way back to the knights. However, in game, you guys wouldn't know this.
Okay, gotcha. So she's already gone in V's mind.
She's gone.
Fuck. All right. V will suddenly remember she's a bard. She will hold up her new fancy sword, and she's gonna whisper some words with her eyes closed. And then as soon as she opens them, she sort of like speaks them louder with power. And as she does that, this sort of like shockwave comes out from her. She's going to be casting Dissonant Whispers, and within the shockwave, you're just going to hear terrible singing noises with triangles. And it is...
My heart will go on and on.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
My ears.
Sorry.
To be clear, it's a targeted attack. So she will target... I misunderstood.
Yeah,
So
Celine
she'll
Dion targeted the world with that one.
She will target the brute in front of her.
Okay. Saving throw?
It is wisdom, please.
That's what I thought. Oh, God, I'm good at this game. That is going to be a natural 1.
Hey, take that.
Is her spell working? Is this the first time it works? Oh my god.
Yeah, looks like it.
Shit! Everybody, listen.
Everyone
Do a victory
panic.
lap.
Hold on, I need to clear space for this roll. It's important. This is the first time her fucking spell works. Here we go. Oh my god, there's 3 6s in here! 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26.
This is the best Christmas Day opening.
26 points
This is
of
July.
psychic damage. And hold on, my screen is bugged. Okay, the
Thank you.
creature has to move as far away as it can using its speed from me. The creature doesn't move onto dangerous ground, though. And yeah.
Well,
Do they still provoke opportunity attacks?
I would say.
I would assume it.
Yeah,
It says
it
I'll
doesn't
read
say.
it on a failed save. Damage. It must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from you.
Well, unfortunately,
reaction
the
as well.
knight no longer has any speed, as his hit points have now dropped to 0. So, V,
Hey,
do us a favor and tell us the tale
You
of
killed
how
him
you
with your song.
vanquished your mightiest foe.
Oh my god! All right. So, taking inspiration from the book of songs that Scrump gave her, she will remember a flash, and she will incorporate it into the dissonant sounds that are pulsing out from her and her sword, and you just see this dark energy wave sweep over him and around his head. And this I'm so sorry. I'm just so excited. And he just is holding his head in so much pain until it explodes.
Okay, fair enough. You all watch as this strange sound begins to reverberate like a brutal sound of a recorder playing in the background. You watch as the knight holds onto his head, beginning to grunt. And then suddenly silence as you see a mist of red suddenly pop from out the helm directly. As the helm falls off, leaving nothing atop the shoulders, the helm falls to the ground and rolls as the individual body falls back, now lifeless. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
No.
Okay. The young elf, now looking in a panic state, begins to look around, searching, looking down at the body of the large brute, now not able to see his mistress either. Mistress, help! And he's going to hold his action. Scrump, you're up. What would you like to do?
Good question, Dave. At this point, I'm not sure if we hurt this guy. I mean, he seems pretty chill.
Give him a wedgie or something.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm thinking. Scrump's gonna run up, and I'm gonna grapple him.
I was gonna say goblin grapple. Fuck yeah,
goblin grapple. So yeah, I'm totally. Scrump's running up, and he's gonna be like, stupid thing's not working. He's gonna throw the super soaker aside, and then he's gonna be like, and just run at him fully, and I'm just gonna jump, grab onto his leg, and just start holding onto his leg.
Okay, go ahead and either make an athletics check for me.
Okay, perfect.
Oh. Jesus.
How's it? 2?
That good, huh?
Yeah. 2? I am not good at athletics.
Okay, a 2
Acrobatics
just beats his 4 as he kind of hops around. It's touching me. It's touching me. Oh God. Oh God. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn, Scrump?
He's just gonna look up at him and do a very Gollum. And he's just gonna hang on. That's
okay. Fair enough. Basil, you're up. What would you like to do?
So Basil kind of like wipes his lips and spits on the ground. There's a bit of like that green flame that just sort of gets down as he like sort of glowers in the direction of the somewhat ethereal astral version of the succubus. But he knows that he's not doing well. The with the giant soldier now kind of felled by V, Basil sort of decides he needs to replenish. So Basil is going to walk over to around here, where he then immediately proceeds to look at the panicked elf and just look into my eyes and tell me what you see. And I'm going to open my mouth, and as he transforms into like that wolf Basil with that like sort of canine maw, and the jaw opens up once again, inside you can see like a series of those eyeballs that open and glare at this elf.
God,
as I'm going to drain his fear.
Don't do that. Okay. you can drain
Eyes
whatever
in
you
your
want.
Mouth. Just take it. Just freaking. All right. Sweet. But that is my action to activate my wolf form, and a bonus action to drain fear.
Okay, fair enough. That is going to end the turn. And that takes us to the end of the round. Where did we get to? Okay. The coach driver is going to jump off of the driver's seat as he runs over to Basil. I don't have a Hold on, let me get a token for him. Hang on.
Old coach, the coach driver.
Good old coach, the coach driver. Do I have just a random person in here? Perfect. The coach driver is going to hop off with a vicious look on his face, running over to Basil. He's going to go ahead and try and hit him with his riding crop.
What?
He's a skinny business.
That would be the only weapon he would have at his disposal.
That is going to be a 2 to hit.
Basil, no.
No.
Okay, he comes
So much
over.
you have to think about.
He comes over, unsure what to do, fear just reaming off him at this point as he kind of closes his eyes and just kind of dabs towards you with his riding crop. Ha, 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 am I doing it?
As he closes his eyes, Basil whispers into his ear, "The darkness is not how you get away from me."
He piddles a little. Okay, that is going to end his turn. Let's finish the poll.
Could you add that to the token?
Hold on.
Yeah, a little wet mark.
Yep.
Would be a yellow
let me
hue.
just go ahead and
Gotta
do
highlight the
this,
key.
and then okay. Let's go ahead and just do a little. That's right there.
Of an editing. Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Oh,
He's
perfect. Yeah.
he's officially piddled a little.
He's Pete
Oh my
status.
God.
Pete status. Very embarrassed.
All right, that
Great.
takes us back up to the top of the round. V, you're up. What would you like to do? Or no,
What?
hold on. Wilhelm. That's what it is.
He himself is actually just like kind of done fighting, so you just kind of watch him like brush off his shirt, and he kind of puts his crossbow away and just starts kind of walking back to the rest of the group. That being said, Unya going to approach the elf guy and just kind of keep him in place and like be growling at him with lots of slobber coming out. And I'm holding my action in case anyone gets spicy again.
All right, fair enough. With Wilhelm holding his action, no, I don't want to pee on her.
Oh no, it's on everyone now.
The mistress is going to make her way to the other side of the small elf as she suddenly apparates once again in front of you all, as she pulls her hand over top of his chest, kind of caressing him and holding him very tightly. You now see the fiendish form of the individual. All of you now recognizing the long big leathery wings, the reddish hue. Most of you would recognize this as a succubus. As she wraps her hand around it, she speaks out to all of you. You've done well. You've proven your strength. Now come and find me. As a small pinkish glow begins to inhibit both of them, just before the two vanish.
What I would give for fucking counterspell. Damn it.
David, we'd like to point out that I was grappled onto his leg. Am I going with them?
You do not disappear with them.
So I just like dunk onto the ground.
As the air seems to calm for a little bit all around you, the sounds of battle now in your distant past. You take a long breath in, looking towards one another, questioning what happens next. And that's where we're going to take a very quick short rest for the evening, because some of us need to take some bios. Yes, Dag.
Just before I forget, before we let is the coach driver like going to run away before, when we get to the end?
Coach driver has not moved. He is just piddled and he's terrified and now surrounded by all of you. That's where we're gonna. Yeah, we're gonna take a break.
Okay,
right.
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, we're going to take a very short break. Apologies, we're not going to do questions because we are very long into the episode and our technical difficulties caused a little bit of problems. Would V have got an opportunity attack when the succubus moved? No, because she was in the ethereal realm while she was actually moving. She only apparated once again once she was back directly behind. But good question, Chris. Okay, with that said, guys, go quickly grab your apple juices, your orange juices, your succubus juices, your pit. No, I'm not even going to say that one. And stick around. We will be right back in a very short period of time. Love you all very, very much. Thank you for putting up with our shenanigans at the beginning of the episode. Give us a couple minutes. We will be right back. Love you all. See you soon.
Bye.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Another hype train going. Are you guys crazy? You guys are addicted to hype trains. And you know what? I was thinking about it on chat, on break. What I think I'm going to do, because you guys are so crazy with the hype trains, I'm gonna do something a little crazy. I'm gonna say that going forward, for every level of hype train that we get, I'm gonna give a magic item to the party. So starting at level 1, you get a common item, and then it goes up from there. So if it goes to level 2, then it'll be an uncommon. If it's level 3, it's going to be higher. It's just going to get higher and higher.
So
Only
it's
because
one
I'm not trying to
hype
listen. I'm not trying to bait anybody here, but because you guys do this so often, and I love you for it, and thank you very, very much. That's the new rule that I'm going to institute, because
so it's like quality of item goes up per hype train level.
For every hype train level, the quality of the item will increase. Jesus fucking Christ.
Damn.
My B-Town.
I
Oh
was
my
trying
God.
to do not what I was looking to do. I was just throwing it out there so it gives you guys something.
It wasn't even out of your mouth yet.
Jesus. Okay. All right.
I honestly just felt bad because I can't give y'all the whistle anymore because I'm in a shared building.
Oh,
So-
hold on.
It's okay. It's okay.
oh no, you don't have to get the triangle.
Yeah, here.
Oh, those aren't so bad. Okay.
Oh, wait, hold
Well,
on.
Okay.
We'll get
One's
another.
good.
We'll get another hype train. Okay, so we're at level 6 at this point in time.
What does that work out to be? Elvie said we're going
means-
to get Merlin eventually.
So basically, we're at a legendary item at this point in time. If it goes higher than level 6, then we'll start it all over again, and I'll give them another one. So we'll say that they have one legendary item. If it goes to level 7, then they'll have one legendary, one common item. This is going to be a pain in the ass for me to track, but fuck it. We love chaos around here, and you guys love being as generous as you do, so I think it's only fair, right? I think it's only fair.
Powers.
Crazy.
How much for TPK?
How much for TBK?
I think the legendary item
it,
needs to be
Powers.
armor for Petunia. Just kidding.
Oh, yes. I
We'll
love
talk
that.
about we'll talk about
I'm
the
just
mechanics
kidding.
of it after the fact, but this is
Sweet
what
battle armor.
you're a madman. I know I'm a madman, and this is. But you know what? You guys do enough for us. I think it's warranted. So thank you very much. If we do get there, I appreciate it. We're at level 6, so that's the new rule. That's what I'm instituting. They get magic items for hype trains. That's just how we're doing from now on. Because y'all are crazy. Thank you so very much. And Mojo
Does
with
this count for
100. Thank you very much.
Because some days we'll come into these streams, Dave, and they already have a level 5 hype train going. So does this count for pre-streams as well? I just want to make...
Fuck it. Why not? Let's go.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
Let's see how high magic we can do. Let's see how
So,
crazy we can get this.
Canonically, it's almost like chat is the Band of Liars quartermaster.
Yeah.
I love that.
Well,
I
chat
love
has always
that.
been. I mean, you guys
us
already
on
have.
occasion.
You guys have the cottage. You can go ahead and use the gold that they've given you already from that perspective. So why not do this? They're just basically they're your patrons. That's chat are now the party's patrons.
Oh my God. That council speech really did something.
So thank you.
Gary really
Thank you,
wanted
thank you
those
very much.
snacks.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I've never, so like a fun fact with me is like, I've done a lot of these things on different channels and stuff. I think the highest I've ever gone on D&D is like 12. And I think that was only for a one shot. I've never seen a legendary magic item. This would be the first time I've ever seen anything that.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Yes, all the power, LV.
Yeah.
I've just given chat an enormous amount of power, but it's totally worth it. The return of Trip Chattington, exactly. Trip Chattington's magical items is now the rule at this table. Just because y'all are
That's
so amazing.
Now
Thank
you got me
thank you
wondering.
so much.
Now you got me wondering, like, if there's a wheel of legendary items, like if it could be like random or whatever.
We can do that. We
It'll
can
be
do
fun.
that. All right.
We get a
I'll
ticket to
make
pull off the wheel, essentially.
We will.
Mhm.
I will make it. I will absolutely make it. Ultimate power. Thank you.
Area legendary
200.
item.
Thank you so much, Powers. Thank you so very, very much. That's new rule being implemented. Stamped it. No erases. That's
Mojo
how it's
as
going
well.
down from now on. I called out Mojo. Thank you so much. And Cross for the one new friend. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. So with that said, let's go ahead.
PE teachers.
I'm less than a chatter. Well, I mean, you are a mod, so I mean, there's a hierarchy, right? No, I'm just kidding. I love you. Okay, so we're not doing questions. We don't have a lot of time. We're jumping back into the episode. So, as the night grows still once again, the only sound you hear is the clattering of the teeth of the poor carriage driver who seems to have been abandoned by his customers. What would you guys like to do?
I would like to go up to the headless knight, and I want to make sure, because like he gave some description, but I want to say for sure if this guy's from the Crimson Dawn, or if he's just not with them at all.
You would immediately recognize the knight as the same one that you saw in the jail or in the cells when you were back at the actual
So-
stronghold.
Could I come to the conclusion that they probably fixed their machine?
Not that they fixed the machine. This was one of the Crimson Herald's lackeys.
Right. Okay.
So the machine controlled
Was
the
ooze
ooze.
producing and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Scrump's just gonna look
Basil's
down.
moved-
It's gonna be like,
They found us. I thought we got rid of them at least for a little while.
Yes, it is concerning. I don't know what that means. If she's working with the Crimson Herald or not. How did they know we were here? Did she must have summoned. I don't know.
Seemed to be pretty against it when you brought up the whole idea of, working against the Crimson Herald. She was all like, "Oh, wait, if they're right." Who says that?
I didn't like that very much.
Yeah. I think we should take a moment to.
Not,
Sure,
I mean,
maybe Petunia
Well,
did
no
something.
one's dead. I think that's something. Right, I think. Sure, she's a succubus. That's potentially unsettling, but I think overall, as a unit, this was a good team exercise.
As
My cousin
as
Frumple
Will-
said he had sex with a succubus once, and I never believed him. Now she's like, I've never had a goblin for a while. Was Frumple's right and I made fun of him this whole time? I gotta send a letter.
as as this is going on, you hear the sound of a large thud happening behind where the carriage is, as Basil is going to thrust the carriage driver up against the carriage itself.
Of the carriage, letting out a big breath of air, look of terror directly on his face. I had nothing to do with them. I was simply hired.
Give me a wallet.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
So,
I'm
what
not
are you
sure
doing?
what a wallet is, but my coin purse is directly on my belt line.
I take the coin purse and I release him. Then I tell him to run.
He
Wait! Don't! No! Don't!
he immediately, upon Basil's demand, begins to run towards the city. He's still got a
We will
quarter
stay.
mile to go.
Basil.
V
The
will
robbery was a success.
Sorry. V will say stop and wait to see if he reacts.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh my.
He's terrified and running after being told to run away.
19 plus 10 persuasion, 29.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't beat that.
She does it
I even
very
rolled well. Like,
convincingly.
You make a good point. Yeah.
I guess I
I'll stop.
he stops cold in his tracks.
V will just give a side glance to Basil, and she'll walk past him and sort of give him like a, what are you doing? And
Hit me with a riding crop.
V will just ignore that and keep walking to get closer and sort of like put herself between Basil and this riding guy. And she'll just say, do you have any information on your customers?
What would you like to know?
Do you know where they might be staying, where we could find them? Where did you pick them up? What were they talking about? Anything?
I don't know what they were talking about. They were in the carriage the entire time. I picked them 2 towns away. I was meant to drop them off at the Saffron Manor. That's all I know. Names Espera Nightshade and Adrian Alpin something. The black armored man, I have no idea.
And did they pay you, or did someone else pay you on their behalf?
No, I was paid by them directly.
All right.
Where did they say they were going?
The Saffron Manor is where I was meant to drop them off.
Basil?
What?
And V will hold out her hand.
You see Basil sort of go on all fours. He kind of like has his head down, his ears are flat.
She doesn't move. She's still making eye contact and holding her hand out.
Wilhelm
Basil-
will walk up to Basil, and you'll see him reach in his bag. He rolls up this piece of paper and smacks it on Basil's nose. No.
It's a bad Basil.
Basil,
Yeah, I'll see how that reaction goes. I'm ready for anything.
Basil's head immediately lifts up and looks at Wilhelm. There is just this look of like the audacity just on his face.
He's just smiling, like closed eyes smiling at you while he does it.
Very friendly, yeah.
His jaw recloses and he sighs, and then he just hands the wallet.
Okay.
But then as he leaves, he's walking to the back of the carriage, and on the way he kicks the carriage, and the carriage kind of
Oh my god.
Sorry, that's amazing. Oh, Wilhelm gets inspiration. He made me laugh. That was a good one. No. Oh.
So V
Now
will
that
take
everything's back in order.
I'm sorry, I may have skipped ahead there. Go ahead.
V will take the money and she'll hand it to the dude, and
His hand's still up.
Still up. I can't see you. I'm sorry. What do you mean? There's still
Oh,
like,
sorry. You can't.
Oh,
His hands are up at this point, like
okay.
a sign of submission.
Okay. V will just take one of his wrists down and put the coin purse back in his hand, and she'll say, "For your discretion." And she'll say, "You can go now."
Without a word, he gives a nod and once again takes off jogging down the road.
Ride back to town would have been nice.
Back to
Technically,
town.
Says
you
under his
still,
breath.
technically, you still have the horses and carriage.
Damn,
Yes.
he took his livelihood still.
Wow, yeah, it's true. How's this guy gonna
Listen,
feed his
he-
family?
He ran, I guess. He could probably get another carriage. I don't know.
Assuming a lot, but all right.
I'm sure he'll be fine. He'll figure it out. We all have to. And besides, he has his money back now.
Oh, what if we take the carriage and we go to the Saffron Manor, like they were planning to? And then when we get there, we're all like, surprise, it's not us, fuckface. And then, you know.
Actually, that does pose a interesting opportunity. V, you could take the form of. I totally remember her name, and I'm not grabbing for a piece of paper that I wrote it down on. Vespera.
Yes.
And Basil, you could possibly take the form of Aiden. I could take the form of the coach driver or whatever.
I could be the giant knight.
Wouldn't
Work.
we just be?
I didn't hear him talk a lot, so that might be helpful. I mean, yeah, whatever you want.
Basil seems to have calmed down, and the fur is now gone as he says, wouldn't that just mean that we'd be following her, I guess, public persona's itinerary as opposed to, you know, the evil Crimson Herald stuff?
It would be risky, yes, but could find out a lot more about who she was meeting with and possibly the connections that she's tied to. I know that she did not necessarily kill us, but her loyalty seems very fickle to me.
It is. I can see like Dave's screen lighting up, and I don't know if I'm interrupting Dave. I'm so sorry, Dave. I forgot what I was saying. Fuck.
Well, I
We could
think,
always drop these appearances once we arrived. Once we got into some position of.
I think you've got a good idea here, and perhaps maybe there is something we can do. She says we should find her, but I mean, she clearly cares about her reputation and the like. And having someone do her appearances for her, especially ones who do them well, might draw her out towards us as opposed to having us chase them.
She did say, "Come and find me," and this is the only lead we would, other than just trudging around in the trees and the bushes over there. It's the only place that we know that she would be going. Or we could go back to towns where she was picked up from, but I doubt she's going backwards.
Well, what if we take the carriage at least close to the manor, and then we could use it as cover to get there. And then if we get there, we could at least look around from the outside first.
Dave, would I know what the Saffron Manor is exactly? Is it like a hotel for people to stay at, or is
it famous in some way?
nobles?
While
like,
it's
housing,
definitely
or-
not a very common knowledge type of thing for the average citizen of Dawnsgate, given your kind of background in the understanding of the little bit more of the vices and the sleaziness of the town directly, you know the Saffron Manor poses as nothing more than a very, very well-to-do inn. It is located in the People's Ring, and usually it's frequented by very high individuals of high level of importance, maybe some of the vestiges, kind of immediate family members, politicians, some saints have even stayed there. That is the public perception of it. However, you would know that this is a very, very high-scale brothel.
I knew it.
Mm.
I should. He'll share that information. He'll.
Should you also know that I don't know this for I've never been personally, but that is
V rolls her eyes.
high end. Don't look at me like that, V. It is a higher end brothel, and I don't know if that will make you uncomfortable, Basil.
Basil likes soup. I've seen him eat soup before.
have a conversation after this.
Ah,
Birds and
it
bees,
will-
so to speak.
You know, if it's for the fate of, you know, the world and stuff, it's not the most terrifying thing I've done today. I would, however, like to take a minute to maybe catch my bearings. I feel like she caught me off guard, and my head's still a little sore from whatever she did to me.
Naturally,
Could
we
take a
will need
break.
somewhere to stay for the night, as it were.
Well, do you have a ring, right? Oh, you
I do.
Never mind.
It's just if they were expected tonight and this was going to be our plan, we will need to stay there tonight, as that is probably how they had their reservation.
That's true. We could go, and it's probably the best place to get information in general. Dave, in terms of like actually getting there, I'm assuming we would understand like the city limits and like what we would need to like pass through, or because she's so high profile, would they just be like, cool, go on in?
You would know that there is a certain stature that goes along with the People's Ring. None of you have ever been there before. The highest up in terms of the social chain you've ever gone to was to the Skystone Ward.
Right.
But you would know that an individual with an expensive taste, giving off an allure and presence of wealth and power, would probably allow you to pass for someone who should be there.
All right. We will share that with the group. So it would be, if we put on a good show and they believed us, it'd be fairly easy to get in. I think it's our best bet, to be honest.
And with any luck, she's on one hand either not checked in yet and is expected, which helps us get in, or she has checked in already, and we will just say that they didn't see us on our way out. Just coming back in.
Yes.
if it's pretty busy soup kitchen, then it should be fine. We should blend in, no problem. But maybe, like, what if we get out? We need to get away fast. It'd be nice to keep the cart, maybe.
He's wrong about the soup thing, of course, but actually, they
Wait,
do
what?
have soup there, and it is quite good.
Oh, good.
Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's if we make a move. If worst case scenario, I think not having the cart isn't going to be the worst thing in the world. So I think simply using our rings to escape, if we do get made, is probably for the best.
Yes.
Seems like a win-win. Seems like a win-win.
Get something stuck in the throat.
You're all ready then? Shall we?
Just a moment. And V will sort of step in front of Basil, and she'll put her hand like under his chin, and she'll say, "Basil, my darling, there's more important things in life than money." And she'll cast healing word at 2nd level. That is for 2 fucking 4s.
Hell
Plus
yeah.
4. So 4, 8, 12. 12 points of healing.
Nice. Basil will sort of, again, like with V's hands on his chin, just kind of be a little slack-jawed as she says that. He kind of feels that glowing warmth from the healing spell passing through his body. His head seems to be more clear now. He realizes he's been staring too long, and yes, you're right. I think I just I got a bit ahead of myself. He did strike me with, it's kind of it's trying to, and we should get going if they're expecting us. So I'll Aiden, was it? I'll use the and I'll use the ring and transform into Aiden.
You transform into a perfect version.
All right, V will use her ring. Turn into the other V lady.
Vespera?
That's
Vespera? Yeah.
Vespera, yeah.
She is not a Vespa, but it's
Vespa.
close.
In my heart.
I probably
I wrote
should have
down
done that in the
Vespa.
first place.
And then Wilhelm will go ahead and turn into the guy who was driving coach.
Okay. Scrump?
At this point, Scrump's like, he looks down like the decapitated knight. He's like, I don't know if I could fit that. Okay, I'll try. He's gonna do his best to turn into the giant knight that was summoned.
Oh yeah, I don't
Perfect.
know how the rings work.
Because you asked
Hey.
for it, I'm going to say go ahead and make a performance check for me.
Sure. I have
Yeah, I should have turned into the guy in the armor.
I have a negative
Probably.
-1 to performance.
Love
Cool.
it.
I have rolled a 1.
Fantastic.
0.
You
literally a 0.
You all watch closely as he uses the power of the ring. Now, the magics of the ring are very potent, and it can accomplish anything without a roll. However, Scrump's mind, on the other hand, that is a little bit more of a questionable angle. Scrump does change into the brute in black armor in perfect form. Perfect current form. Without a head.
Oh.
As you all watch as Scrump begins to grow and grow. The glimmering black armor, very, very intimidating. However, without any neck, just straight across the shoulder, it doesn't give off the perfect allure. I think we can safely say that this illusion has been thoroughly scrumped.
We trumped it up, bro. Oh my god, dude. Yeah. Oh, you hear but you hear it from like the center, and it's like echoing like an inside of an empty metal can. Looks great, right? Let's go.
Scrump. Most people,
Why?
or at least, I think everyone kind of has a head. Typically, I know that you were supposed to turn into him, and you've done that. Good show on you, but we sort of need you to look how he did before the
Scrump's gonna like
his face.
You can see him like, what do you mean? He's gonna feel up and he like and feel around the bloody stamp. Be like,
You're fine, Scrump, you're fine. You're fine. Just
okay.
Maybe give it another go.
Okay, he's gonna try to recast this time.
Go ahead.
He's
Make another performance
right.
check. We're still doing this.
with a minus.
Nate, you're gonna learn to stop asking about things with careful Cantrip. Now that you're here, you're gonna learn to just be like, I can't give Dave ideas or openings. That's a
Oh my
horrible
God.
idea.
See, Dave, I also love chaos. So,
Then this fits, my
I'm
friend.
down to roll this with a -1. Let's go.
Let's do it.
I got a
Give me some
13
words
total.
of encouragement, V.
You know what? I'm gonna give you advantage on
Yeah.
it at the same time, just because.
All right, so we rolled a 13 on the last one, so this one can't
Okay,
be worse, right?
okay.
There's no way.
It could be.
We rolled a 14.
14, fantastic. Where the Black Knight, upon your words of encouragement, Wilhelm, you do see a small head begin to grow, almost like a small pumpkin, now emerging from the neck area of the Black Knight. However, it doesn't seem to scale properly. There is a head, but a little too small for the body overall.
Looks like the Goombas
Okay.
in the first Mario
Fixed it.
movie.
If you've ever seen Beetlejuice before, the shrunken
What?
heads is probably the best example of what we're looking at.
Oh my god. Maybe you could just put a bigger helmet over it. Pick up the decapitated head off the ground and put it on.
At this point, since you only have one charge left in the ring, we maybe do just that. Listen,
This is my favorite
some
episode
bread.
ever.
I have some bread. So here's what we're gonna do.
He takes out a bread knife and he cuts a section of the bread
Uh-huh.
so that it fits him like a helmet that would make up for the space from the rest of the helmet. He's gonna pick up the helmet from the actual corpse and put it on the bread. So that- Look, it's gonna work.
Even if Scrub has to hold the bread above his head and then have the helmet on it, I'm okay with this.
Well, from what I understand, the body's right? And he's
Body's
just got a
right.
small head.
Yep.
So the loaf of bread makes up for the missing space that would be just rattling around the helmet. So it acts
So-
like a little.
So let me get this straight. You are actually using bread as stuffing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
He's a good cook.
I'll allow it. I will allow it.
You know what I'm doing?
Well done.
Oh my
Well
God.
done.
I could just use some black food dye to cover it. So it appears black. in appearance.
Enough said. Don't you worry about it. You mold the perfect Wonder Bread's stuffing.
I mean, I'll roll a performance check too if you want.
No, I mean with your expertise, you'd be able to do this. You'd be able to do this. So, yep, Scrump, you can put the dead heads of the Black Knights over top of
Well, not
Wonder
the
Bread.
head. He takes the head out.
It's just the it's just the helmet.
And then
okay.
like a section out for like his actual head. to fit in.
Yeah. We just shake the old head loose, put the bread in, and now the bread's the new head.
Makes perfect sense. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Okay.
He kind of takes a look at his work and he's just like,
Scrump, maybe you hang back a bit from this. Shenanigans.
Oh, come on. This would just be like the town we were in Dusseldorf. You remember that time? The same thing. We used the bread for a lot of stuff there.
Don't talk about Dusseldorf anymore.
Right. Sorry. Not supposed to bring it up. Forgot you were sensitive.
Heartbroken in Dusseldorf. All right.
All right.
What is this gonna get? Let's get to it.
Okay. Scrump's just going to hop up to the back of the wagon. You see it kind of like move a little bit underneath his goblin weight. We're good to go.
All right. So Scrump is jumping on the back end of the wagon. I'm assuming, Wilhelm, you're assuming the front position.
yeah, and he'll send Petunia into the actual carriage itself.
Okay. And V and Basil eventually make it. Basil, why are you making that face?
He's trying to.
Because,
Why are you making a duck face?
because Aiden
He's
is
Aiden.
Aiden is a very handsome elven man, and I'm just
And elven men make duck faces all the time? That's just
Yeah,
the
he's
look?
handsome.
yeah. It's like I watch TikTok. It's exactly what they do.
All right. So as Petunia, Vespara, or Vespra, and Blue Steel jump into the back of the carriage.
If we turn left, we're screwed.
Oh God. Okay.
I
Like
like to
Tommy.
imagine one of you is sitting next to Petunia and she's just like in your face like this, just just like breathing.
It's
I
probably
picture-
Basil.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All right. As the three
Just
of you
wet.
enter into the carriage proper, you find a small chest that seems to be sitting on the seating that is built in front of you. Within the carriage, this easily seats 6 individuals, with the seating almost, what is it called? Like restaurant seating. What's the word I'm looking for?
Bench seating.
Bench seating. There's bench seating on opposite sides. The benches itself covered in a beautiful red velvet, magenta velvet. And on the opposite side of the coach, you see a very beautiful chest, embedded with diamonds and jade and a number of different, very expensive stones. The chest itself seems to be made entirely of gold.
Shit's cursed. That shit is cursed.
Yeah.
I'm not in
Okay.
there, so
Well,
Gone,
okay. V looks over at Basil and realizes he's making a weird face and wants nothing to do with it. So she takes it. Tries to check it
Dagger
out.
muted,
see
bud.
what-
I was gonna say I don't know what you want me to do with it. I'm not a freaking artificer.
Oh.
Petunia,
You should
stop
open the
throwing
box,
the
V.
pillows off the bed.
Thanks, Petunia.
Okay, are
What's in the
we?
box?
What are we doing?
V's gonna open the box and take what's inside of it and see what's
Okay,
See what's
inside of
up.
it, you see a beautiful, ornate pocket watch. The pocket watch itself is seemingly made out of a shimmering platinum. The hands on the pocket watch's dial is clearly made of, carved actually, from some of the most beautiful, purest, whitest diamond you've ever seen. As you take hold of it, you immediately feel the power of this small pocket watch. Go ahead and add the scaled ornament to your inventory. While you hold this ornament, you have advantages on saving throws you make to avoid being charmed or frightened, or to end any of those conditions. You gain a +1 to your AC, and you can't be charmed or frightened. Moreover, each creature of your choice within 30 feet of you has advantage on saving throws it makes to avoid being charmed or frightened, or end the conditions on themselves. The awakened property has the stirring property, which I just mentioned. In addition, when you would take damage of the type dealt by the breath of a dragon in those hordes, the ornament became weakened. You can use your reaction to take no damage. So basically, if you ever get hit with dragon breath, you take no damage and regain hit points equal to the damage you would have taken. You can only use that once. And then until the next dawn. On top of that, it is an ascended property as well, meaning that it has all of the features that I've just said. In addition, while you're wearing this ornament, you gain a flying speed equal to your walking speed and can hover. While you're flying using the speed, spectral dragon wings appear on your back.
What? Okay. That's a legendary item. Damn.
Well, the first part of it, at least, talk about like the perfect item for what we're dealing with right now.
Yeah.
A succubus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And now I can have wings too, just like her.
Yep.
Wow.
I do have a question
Spectral wings.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So this is a carved clock made of platinum. Someone might say it's CC platinum.
My God.
For the first
We
magical
found it.
item, we are officially calling this built from CC Platinum. And Basil, you get inspiration for just saying
Wow.
that. Well done.
God.
He's not just the looks.
We're completely off the rails at this point in time in this campaign. Why the fuck not? Let's go. Why are we even trying at this point in time? Let's just have a good time, right? Here for a good time, not a long time. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burn it down.
Burn it all down.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, that's so cool. Thanks, chat, because that all came from you guys.
Yeah,
Friggin'
thanks,
level
Yep.
6 hype
Chat.
train.
yep,
Okay.
that
Can't
is a gift
wait.
directly from Chat Trippington.
My gosh. I can't wait to fly. And
Or wait, no, Trip Chattington. That's what it was.
I feel like not knowing who them before, I feel like Trip Chattington would come up and be like, "Oh, what's this?" And just, "Oh, here you are," and then just we never see him again.
You guys, I'm now visualizing Chat as like your fairy godmother that just kind of like Disney style approaches out of nowhere and just drops cool shit.
B-Town with a ball cap and fairy wings.
Yeah, exactly.
Love it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
V, as you take the pocket watch out, feeling its power and seeing the glimmer and beauty of its craftsmanship, is there anything else you'd like to do before the carriage gets going?
I guess we'll just say once we start going, she's gonna spend some time to become acquainted with the item and attune to it. She'll also politely ask Basil to stop making that face. Please stop pressing your lips together like that. It looks ridiculous.
It's so hard. But he
That's
was
just
so
how his
pretty.
face looks now. Does the bread
was.
knight?
Yes, he didn't you see how he was? He was always like, like, yes, mistress this and no, mistress that. I mean, it hurts my cheeks.
Yes, but he wasn't doing that with his mouth. I think that's just a spin that you might have.
Oh, he was doing it with his mouth.
Scrump, I'm so proud of you. I'm rubbing off on you.
Ew.
Well, this ride became more uncomfortable. I'm just gonna open a window.
That's it for me.
And as you all continue to make your way back towards the city proper, with the Wilhelm at the helm, the dust kicks up behind the coach as the last little bit of sunlight finally sets on the horizon. Carriage now careening back towards the city gates proper. Our heroes disguised somewhat of a plan, trying to figure out what exactly they should do when they get to the Saffron Manor. But that, and many more stories, are stories for another day. And that's where we're going to wrap up for the evening.
What? Woo! Clusterfuck. Woo!
Man,
It was so good.
He did it.
my cheeks hurt, guys. My cheeks hurt. That was, ooh, man. You know what? This is, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. This is,
Had a good night, despite the
I had
it
a
started
great
with
night,
crazy
man.
technical
I had a
difficulties.
great night. The last couple episodes have been fantastic. Guys, I hope you've been enjoying this. I feel like chat and the game are merging more and more every single day. And that's cool. So hopefully you guys like the magic item. And I'm feeling this. I'm feeling a good time. You know what? Caution to the wind, right? You know, someone casted a hydrate earlier. I'm going to say, guys, if we could raise our glass before we sign out for the evening, to all of you out there, salute to all of the good times that we've had, that we're having, and that we will continue to have going forward. Love all your faces. Cheers.
Cheers.
But with that said, we are over time. Guys, thank you for sticking around with us for the evening. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm going to find someone to raid quickly. Bobby, you know what to do, brother.
I don't. Let's all just make our motto faces until we're ready to raid. Ready? Go.
Really? That's what you're going to do? Oh my God. Well, thank God I was able to find someone quickly. We're going to go head over to our friend, Phoenix Walkie. He's doing a little bit of world building for the evening. If you've never heard or seen Phoenix before in the past, good friend of the channel, comes and hangs out from time to time. Love him to death. Drop a follow. Great guy. Knows his stuff really, really well. Lots of love to him. And Dice Legends, thanks so much for hanging out for the evening. Can we get a quick shout out for Dice Legends? Again, another great group. Vahid was on our channel last Wednesday. It was a great time. It was a lot of fun. Go follow them. Hey, guys, it's free. Go check out their content. You want good content? We're giving you the good content. Go do those things. Anywho, I'm going to start the raid, guys. I'm hitting the button. And to all the adventurers out there, before I leave you, I feel like I need to do this blue steel look too. Before I leave you, whether hanging out on a dusty road with a dog rubbed all over with berries, or getting kissed by a succubus at a crossroad, I beg of you all, one word of caution. Be careful out there. You can trip. Guys, we love you all immensely, and we will see you in the next one. Salut, and take care.
Bye-bye.
Oh yeah, do that. Do what OG did. Hashtag CC Love Raid. Do that. Okay, bye. Love you. Bye.
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 Bye.